everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP and today is the 18th of July 2023 and unfortunately guys, the price of Bitcoin has gone down below the $30,000 mark, so definitely not ideal, and we were under the impression that the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be on an uptrend, but unfortunately guys, the cryptocurrency world is absolutely wild. Now in today's episode guys, we have some really crucial news that might probably impact the trajectory of cryptocurrencies, and the news is that the G20 has issued 9 regulatory recommendations that it might take some time for it to actually take place. So in today's episode, we will very briefly touch base on what that 9 regulatory recommendations are, and we'll also go ahead and discuss what kind of an impact they'll have in the future. And guys, listen, since the last 2 weeks, the prices of Bitcoin was definitely pumping up, and that was because of BlackRock Spot ETF, and because of that, miners are unfortunately selling the cryptocurrencies rather than actually holding it or hodling it. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what that news is all about. And we also have some update regarding BlackRock Spot ETF. And to be honest guys, it's going to be really critical to follow up and check on what the SEC is actually dealing, or look at any tweets regarding SEC, regarding the BlackRock ETF. Because to be honest guys, that'll significantly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now guys, lately I've not been covering news regarding NFTs, but in today's episode, we do have some positive update, and that is regarding Super Bowl's MVP player, Patrick Mahomes, and looks like he's launching his NFT platform, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss that news in today's episode. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, I'll be discussing 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is to do with artificial intelligence, particularly for someone who's working, let's say, in media or communication. So essentially guys, the news is that the Dubai Future Foundation is actually having a program, and the program is called as the Future of Generative Artificial Intelligence in Media and Communications. And guys, listen, if you're someone who's actively involved in social media, definitely look it up. So in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss what that news is all about. And the second news guys is an article which is published by CoinDesk, and it is more of an opinion to be honest, and the article actually talks about why crypto companies are warming to the United Arab Emirates. So I'll definitely go ahead and discuss what the article is all about. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, so let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee Date has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee a Date. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee a Date, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee a Date aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Shaluk Group, a luxury retail and distributor which is headquartered in Dubai, are getting into the NFT game. And here's the deal guys, they are not just getting into the NFT and metaverse space, they are going to be shaping the NFT metaverse and Web 3.0 space, which I believe is excellent not just for Dubai and UAE, but also for the global cryptocurrency community as well. And guys, Charlotte Group's Web 3.0 sneaker brand called Soulmates revealed their first NFT collection on the 12th of April. Now, what is really interesting is that it's called as Soulmates, so it's spelled as S for sugar, O for orange, L for Larry. Now, instead of E, they have replaced it with Web3, and it is the number 3, mates.xyz. And guys, listen, Charlotte Group has over half a century's worth of experience in luxury goods, and them getting into the NFT space is a massive deal. Now, if you're a sneakerhead, you definitely need to check out soulmates.xyz. And once again, guys, the number is 3 instead of an E. It has all the information, and in the show notes below, you'll get all the information. And listen, guys, if you want to be an early adopter, you can also pre-mint it at www.premint.xyz/soulmates. So definitely check it out. And they have a Discord community as well. And guys, Nick, who is the head of corporate innovation at Charlotte Group and also the co-founder of Soulmates, has a WhatsApp group where he constantly provides updates in the area of NFTs, Metaverse, and Web 3.0. So guys, check out soulmates.xyz and be part of the Soulmates OG NFT that is definitely going to shape the industry. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now, guys, since we've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, unfortunately, guys, the prices of Bitcoin has definitely gone down below the $30,000 mark, and the global cryptocurrency market is at $1.20 trillion. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.30%. The total cryptocurrency market volume of the last 24 hours is definitely increased by 39.40%, but the volume, guys, is still ridiculously low at only $34.52 billion. Now, listen, guys, in order for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to get mainstream, the numbers definitely have to surpass the volume going back to 2020 and 2021. And in 2020 and 2021, guys, on an average given day, the cryptocurrency market volume, and I'm talking about the 24-hour volume, used to hover somewhere between the $80 to $120 billion. The numbers definitely has to surpass them. Could it be possible that after BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF is approved, the number definitely picks up pace and maybe even surpasses the volume of 2020 and 2021. I definitely am hoping for that. So we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. The total volume in DeFi, guys, is once again ridiculously low. It is only at $3.81 billion, and DeFi as of today is accounting for 9.55% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And so far as the total value locked is concerned, guys, it is still ridiculously low at $44.26 billion, with Lido still leading the pack with $14.81 billion locked in its protocol. And guys, one matrix which I've been looking at since the last 2 weeks is the decentralized exchange to centralized exchange dominance. And unfortunately, guys, the percentage has gone down since the last few days, and now it is down to 10.30%. I really am hoping that the numbers definitely pick up pace. To be honest, guys, the number of 20% sounds really good, but what I'm hoping for is the decentralized exchange dominance to be roughly around 40 to maybe even 60%. I'm hoping that would happen probably in 1 to 2 years' time. Now, in order to do that, the volume definitely has to pick up pace. So let's quickly look at the 24-hour volume. The number one protocol so far as DeFi in terms of dollar amount is Uniswap, and its 24-hour volume is $598.13 million, followed by PancakeSwap at $270.71 million, Core Finance, guys, at number 3rd at $73.55 million, Balancer is number 4th at $68.61 million, and finally, guys, we have a new protocol called as Orca, which is at $49.7 million. When I see new protocol, I mean in the top 5. Now, guys, let's look at the volume of stablecoins. Once again, guys, not only is it ridiculously low, but it is also accounting for a high percentage. Now, the volume of stablecoins is $31.19 billion, and stablecoin, guys, is accounting for 90.38% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Definitely not ideal. And out of this $31.19 billion, Tether USDT is accounting for $23.98 billion. Imagine, guys, out of $34.52 billion, which is the total crypto market volume, Tether USDT accounts for $23.98 billion. So imagine what would happen if, let's say, the SEC or any regulatory body goes after Bitfinex or Tether USDT. It's going to be absolutely catastrophic. Now, Circle USDC's volume is at $3.08 billion. And finally, guys, Binance BUSD at $2.13 billion. Now, guys, let's quickly look at the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, the market cap of Bitcoin is well below the $600 billion mark, and as of today, it is at $581 billion. Ethereum, guys, is at $227 billion. And guys, listen, the only reason for me to track the market cap between Bitcoin and Ethereum is because after Ethereum had the London hard fork upgrade, I was under the impression that Ethereum would one fine day actually take over the market cap of Bitcoin, and looks like the gap is definitely not changed. And when will Ethereum take over Bitcoin's market cap? To be honest, I really am not sure, because I was really hoping, guys, that 18 months from the Ethereum London hard fork, Ethereum would definitely surpass Bitcoin so far as its market cap is concerned, but I was definitely proven to be wrong. Now, the 24-hour volume of Bitcoin is $12.79 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $6.48 billion. The dominance of Bitcoin has sadly gone down, and that is mostly because of people getting more into XRP. So it looks like the dominance of XRP has definitely picked up pace, and unfortunately because of that, Bitcoin's dominance has gone down to 48.60%, and Ethereum is at 19.02%. Now in today's episode, guys, I'm going to be looking at real crucial information, and this is to do with Binance BNB chain. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be looking at 2 different aspects of it. So I'm going to be looking at all decentralized apps, but firstly what I'm going to be looking at is the number of unique active wallets interacting or performing transactions with a decentralized app smart contract over a period of time. Now mind you, guys, this is more to do with the number of unique active wallets, not the actual dollar amount, because to be honest, some of these protocols, the dollar amount is absolutely zero. As a matter of fact, the number one protocol that is working on Binance BNB chain is called as Hooked, and it has roughly 120,000, or to be honest, 121,000 users. But if you look at the dollar amount, it is at zero. So I really am not sure what is going on. The second protocol is no surprise. It is PancakeSwap, and the number of unique active wallets interacting or performing transactions with the decentralized app smart contract is roughly around 62 or 63,000 people, or 63,000. And the third protocol, guys, on Binance BNB chain is called as Splybox, with roughly around 60,000 unique active wallets. Now the second matrix, guys, that I'm looking at is the actual fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to decentralized app smart contracts over a period of time. And once again, guys, I really am not sure. If you go to Dap Radar, what is it that they mean period of time? Are they looking at 24 hours? Are they looking at 7 days? Or is it the history? I really am not sure. I'm definitely hoping it is definitely not the history and definitely not 7 days. Because to be honest, the numbers should ideally be for 24 hours in order for DeFi protocols or decentralized apps to go mainstream. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to dapradar.com and then you can actually bifurcate it and actually sort it based on your preference. So the number one protocol so far as the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to the decentralized app smart contract over a period of time, protocol is PancakeSwap version 3 at $287.67 million. The second one, guys, is no surprise. It is version 2, that is PancakeSwap version 2 at $218.2 million. And the third protocol is Venus Protocol with $211.4 million. So look at the difference, guys. The difference is absolutely humongous. I really am not sure what is it to do with the protocol called as Hooked, because looks like they have quite a number of unique active wallets interacting with the protocol, but the dollar amount is definitely zero. So I really am not sure what it is. Now, if you guys do have any further information, mention them in the comments below. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, let's take a deep dive into Dogecoin, or the king of meme coins. Now listen, guys, since the last few years, or ever since there was this hype about meme coins, I used to meet people in the gyms, and when we used to randomly talk about cryptocurrencies, each and every person definitely knew about Dogecoin, but they didn't know what Bitcoin is. They didn't even know what blockchain technology is. So I thought in today's episode, let me very briefly give out some basic level information on what Dogecoin is. And it's no surprise, everyone knows what the symbol of Dogecoin is, and it is currently ranked at number 9. And so far as its ticker symbol is concerned, it is DOGE. And so far as the price is concerned, guys, it is roughly around 0.069 cents. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 2.98%. Now let me very briefly run through what is Dogecoin. Because listen, guys, Dogecoin is definitely one of the most popular meme coins, because Dogecoin is based on the popular Doge meme or Doggy meme, which was an internet meme and features a Shiba Inu on its logo, and the open source digital currencies was created by Bailey Marcus from Portland, Oregon, and Jackson Palmer from Sydney, Australia. And mind you, guys, Jackson Palmer, he used to have, if not one of the most educational information on YouTube, but looks like he's completely disappeared. And he used to have a second channel as well. And in that second channel, guys, he used to talk about, let's say, newer technologies so far as computers concerned. He used to talk about the different keyboards. He used to talk about the different computer settings and quite a lot of other. Now going back to the news, guys, Dogecoin was forked from Litecoin in December 2013. And the creators, guys, thought of it as fun, light-hearted cryptocurrency that would have greater appeal beyond the core Bitcoin audience. And since it was based on a dog name, even the CEO of Tesla, that is Elon Musk, posted several tweets on social media that Dogecoin is his favorite coin. And guys, by now I'm pretty much sure you know that Elon Musk is definitely associated with Dogecoin quite a lot. Now the big question, guys, is how can Dogecoin be actually used? Now Dogecoin, guys, has been used primarily as a tipping system on Reddit and Twitter. And I very specifically remember, guys, and this was maybe going back to 2014, that there was a Reddit post that was willing to pay roughly around 50,000 Dogecoins for doing spell checks on a website. And the website used to just have 3 or 4 pages. So imagine doing a spell check, which probably might take only 5 or 6 minutes, and getting 50,000 Dogecoin. Now granted, at that point of time, the value was ridiculously less, and that was one of the use cases of Dogecoin. Other than that, it was definitely used as a tipping system on Reddit and even Twitter to reward the creation of sharing of quality content, and you could get tipped Dogecoin by participating in a community that uses the digital currency, or you can also get your Dogecoin from Dogecoin Faucet. And Dogecoin Faucet, guys, is a website that'll give you a small amount of Dogecoin for free as an introduction to cryptocurrency so that you can begin interacting in Dogecoin communities. Now this part of time, I really am not sure if the Dogecoin Faucet is still time, but definitely, guys, go ahead and check it out. Now let me very briefly explain how is it that Dogecoin differs from Bitcoin, because Dogecoin, guys, differs from Bitcoin's proof of work protocol in several ways. And one of the ways is using script technology. And Dogecoin, guys, has a block time of 1 minute, and the total supply is uncapped, which means that there is no limit to the number of Dogecoins that can be mined, and you can mine Dogecoin either solo or even by joining a mining pool as well. And the Dogecoin miner can mine the digital currency either on Windows, Mac or Linux, and even with the GPU. And here's the interesting bit, guys, as of 2014, you can also mine Litecoin in the same process of mining Dogecoin, as the process were merged. Now listen guys, Dogecoin definitely created a lot of frenzy, not just in the meme coin world, but also among the general cryptocurrency and even mainstream media as well. So Dogecoin, I definitely would say, is definitely the king of thrones so far as meme coin is concerned, but Shiba Inu has definitely picked up pace. And I very specifically remember guys that Shiba Inu at one point of time definitely surpassed Dogecoin. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the future of Dogecoin is. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding Dogecoin, go to dogecoin.com. Now so far as user adoption is concerned guys, this is where Dogecoin definitely picks up pace, and due to its low transaction fees and constant patronage from Elon Musk, a number of traditional companies have moved Dogecoin to a payment option as well. So some of the lists that accepts Dogecoin payments are Tesla, AMC Theaters, GameStop, Abe Electric, Dallas Mavericks, and as a matter of fact, they've been a massive advocate not just of meme coins but also of NFTs as well. Even Easy DNS, Neeberg, and even Twitch guys, you can definitely go ahead and transfer funds using Dogecoins as well. So definitely powerful stuff. Now guys, let's discuss the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin guys, unfortunately, has gone down below the $30,000 mark. And we'll go to discuss, is it because miners actually selling their Bitcoin, and that's one of the reasons why the price of Bitcoin has actually gone down. Now unfortunately, since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.14%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 2.75%. Ethereum is not looking good either. It is at $1,890. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.95%. Since the last 7 days, guys, it is at 0.03%. And this week onwards, guys, the number third protocol is Ripple XRP as opposed to Binance BNB chain. And the price of XRP is 73 cents. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.14%. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 53.67%. Now what I feel guys is going to be really critical to check what happens to the price of XRP this particular week, because that'll give us an indication of what the price will probably remain towards the end of this year. Now guys, let's discuss some massive news, and this is regarding G20, and they have a regulatory body, and they have issued 9 regulatory recommendations, and the regulatory body is called as FSB, which is an international body that monitors and makes recommendations about the global financial system. And the FSB, also called as the Financial Stability Board, is finalizing its global regulatory framework for crypto asset activities to promote the comprehensiveness and international consistency of regulatory and supervisory approaches. So what I'd really recommend you guys to do is read through the official website, because they have a PDF and it's roughly around 18 pages long. Now this PDF guys actually breaks down the new regulatory guidelines into 2 distinct set of recommendations. The first one guys is high-level recommendations for the regulation, supervision and oversight of crypto asset activities and markets, and the second one guys is a revised high-level recommendation for the regulation, supervision and oversight of global stablecoin arrangements. Now if we go through the official link guys, there are 9 regulatory recommendations. The first one is regulatory power and tools, the second one is general regulatory framework, the third one guys is cross-border cooperation, coordination and information sharing, the fourth one is governance, the fifth one is risk management, the sixth one guys is data collection, recording and reporting, the seventh one is disclosures, the eighth one guys is addressing financial stability risk arising from interconnections and interdependencies, and the ninth one guys is comprehensive regulations of crypto asset service providers with multiple functions. Now what I'd really recommend you guys to do is, you can also take the PDF, put it into ChatGPT and maybe make a summary of it, so that we get a snapshot of what the 9 regulatory recommendations are. Most likely guys, in the future episodes, I'll definitely go ahead and try to cover them. Now listen guys, there's this news circulating right now that one of the reasons why the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has gone down is because since the last 2 weeks, Bitcoin miners have once again been participating in selling recently some of the Bitcoins that they have been accumulating. And that could be one of the reasons why the price of Bitcoin has gone down. And there could be numerous reasons, guys, why they're actually selling the Bitcoins. It could be possible that these miners have taken out loans and they actually got a need to make payments. And guys, listen, the Bitcoin mining industry is extremely tricky. And Laura Shin, one of the greatest podcasters, did actually release a couple of videos explaining and giving full details of how terrible the mining industry is. And I believe the episodes were released somewhere in January or February. So definitely check it out. And the topic actually talks about liquidity crisis, because what happens is the miners can anticipate prices in the near future, but if the price keeps going down, the loans that they have taken gets automatically liquidated and quite a lot of powerful information, so definitely check it out. Now guys, let's discuss some really powerful information, and that is to do with crypto crimes. And the news is that the crypto crime is actually down by 65%, and Chainalysis has reported that crypto crimes is down by 65% overall, but ransomware is headed for a huge year thanks to return of big game hunting. So let me break it down what this news is all about. Cause listen guys, overall cryptocurrency related crime is down 65% compared to the same period in 2022. However guys, ransomware attacks are on the rise, with $175.8 million increased in 2023. But the good news is that scams have suffered the most significant decline in crypto crimes, with revenues down by 77% compared to last year. And this, guys, is mainly due to sudden disappearance of two major scams, that is VidiLog and Chia Tai Gang, a pharmaceuticals financial management company, which bilked victims out of over $120 million worth of cryptocurrency. And impersonation scams, where fraudsters pose as authority figures to extort money, have also declined by 23% in 2023, indicating an increase in the number of victims, even though the total amount lost is lower. And listen guys, with the power of deepfake, with the power of artificial intelligence, it is definitely easier to fake other people's voices, even videos as well. And ransomware, guys, is making a comeback in 2023, driven by return of big game hunting, targeting large organizations, and an increase in successful smaller attacks. Ransomware attacks are on pace to extort $898.6 million from victims this year. But guys, here's the powerful thing: cybersecurity measure and law enforcement efforts have contributed to decline in overall crypto crime, but the ransomware threat remains significant, and businesses need to stay vigilant and strengthen the cybersecurity and data backup procedures. So in short guys, while most forms in cryptocurrency-based crimes are decreasing, ransomware attacks are definitely on the rise, posing a continuing challenge for business and law enforcement. Now, to a lot of the skeptics of cryptocurrencies or even Bitcoin, you need to truly understand one of the biggest powers of Bitcoin and open blockchain is the open source technology. And guys, listen, open source technology has played a significant role in reducing cryptocurrency related crimes in several ways. So let me try to give out 6 areas where I definitely feel that open source technology has played a significant role in reducing crimes, and some of the areas are transparency and accountability, security improvements, decentralization and immutability, public auditing, anti-money laundering, and transparent smart contracts. So let me try to break it down for you guys. And so far as transparency and accountability is concerned, open source blockchain technology, guys, allows anyone to access and examine the code behind cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And this transparency, guys, ensures that systems, rules, and security measures are open to scrutiny by developers, researchers, and the general public. And as a result, potential vulnerabilities or weakness can be identified and addressed more quickly, reducing the chances of exploitations by criminals. Now, will this thing happen to central bank digital currencies, or let's say permission blockchain? Definitely not. Now, the second point is regarding security improvements, and the collaborative nature of open source development fosters continued improvement in security protocols. A vast community, guys, of developers can contribute to identifying and fixing security flaws, and as a result, guys, open blockchain network becomes more resilient to attacks, making it harder for cyber criminals to exploit vulnerabilities. Now, mind you guys, as far as centralized blockchain is concerned, these attacks are possible, and if you look at Solana, these attacks tend to happen quite often. The third one, guys, is decentralization, or distributed, how I like to call it, and immutability. And open blockchain technology, guys, promotes distributed or decentralization and immutability, which are vital for countering fraud and manipulation. And it's so critical to understand, guys, when data is distributed across a vast network of nodes, it becomes challenging for criminals to alter transaction records or commit fraudulent activities without any detection. The fourth point, guys, which I think is the beauty of open blockchain, is public auditing. Since the code is open source, third-party organizations and auditors can review cryptocurrency projects more easily, and this provides a level of assurance to users and investors that the project is legitimate and not involved in illicit activities. The fifth point, guys, is anti-money laundering and KYC compliance. And as you know, guys, many open blockchain protocols have integrated AML and KYC protocols to ensure compliance and regulations, and these measures help identify and prevent illicit activities, reducing the potential for crypto-based crimes. And finally, guys, transparent smart contracts. Once again, guys, open source smart contracts provide transparency and allow users to verify the functionality and security of the contracts they interact with. And this, to be honest, reduces the risk of falling victim to fraudulent or malicious smart contracts. Now, if this were to happen, let's say to a central bank digital currency or a permission blockchain, you need to understand, guys, that there is a central entity that are in a position to actually do double spending. Now, mind you, guys, that also has some advantages, which means they can also go ahead and reverse these transactions as well. But overall, the open source nature of blockchain technology has fostered a collaborative and proactive approach to improving security and reducing cryptocurrency related crime. The transparency, decentralization, and community driven deployment model help create a safer environment for users and investors, making it more challenging for criminals to exploit the system. So those were my thoughts on it, guys. Now, guys, let's discuss some positive news, and this is to do with NFTs. And Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes has launched Museum of Mahomes platform and will drop 50,000 digital collectibles this September. And Decrypt, guys, has more information on this, which actually states that Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes has already won a pair of Super Bowl championship and MVP awards during his 6 NFL seasons. Plus, guys, he's also one of the first athletes to make a big NFT splash dating back to 2021. Now he's driving back with his own Museum of Mahomes NFT platform, extending the branding from his earlier drop. And some of the NFTs, guys, in the museum will be tied to real-world perks like game-worn items, physical trading cards, autographed jerseys, and footballs, and quite a lot more. If you do want to find out the link for the NFTs, definitely look it up at the show notes below. Now, guys, before we move on to news regarding Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, we have some update regarding BlackRock ETF. And the news is that the US Security and Exchange Commission has actually accepted the application for a Bitcoin ETF filed by asset manager BlackRock. And this move, guys, indicates that the regulator is preparing to seriously consider Bitcoin ETF. And most likely, guys, this means it has set the stage for wider adoption of crypto assets and protocol. Now, if you do want to find out more information about this, Bitcoin.com has detailed information. Now, mind you, guys, it's so important to understand that once this news is published in the Federal Register, the Security and Exchange Commission in US will open a 20-day window for submission of public comments on the proposal, and they will be posted on the website. Now, if you're an advocate of BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF, definitely go ahead and check the website. And if you do have some valid points, definitely go ahead and mention them on the website. Now, guys, let's discuss 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is regarding a program called as the Future of Generative Artificial Intelligence in Media and Communication. And the Dubai Center for Artificial Intelligence, also called as DCAI, is inviting global startups and companies to participate in it. So let me try to give out more information on this. Now, the website, guys, to find out more information is the DubaiFuture.ae. And guys, Dubai is embracing the power of artificial intelligence to redefine the landscape of media and communication. And the Dubai Center for Artificial Intelligence, also called as DCAI, is inviting global AI startups and companies to participate in the Future of Generative Artificial Intelligence in Media and Communications program. And guys, the aim is to revolutionize multiple facets of the media industry, including but are not limited to the following 6 criteria, that is content creation and distribution, audience engagement, operational efficiency, data-driven decision-making, advertising and monetization. Now let me very briefly explain what these areas are, because so far as content creation and distribution is concerned, what they're looking for is startups who are leveraging artificial intelligence to enhance content production, streamline distribution, and maximize reach. And so far as audience engagement is concerned, they are looking for startups that deploy artificial intelligence to tailor user experience, drive engagement, and foster audiences' loyalty. So far as operational efficiency is concerned, is your program or startup able to utilize artificial intelligence to optimize workflows, reduce costs, and improve overall productivity? And so far as data-driven decision-making is concerned, are you in a field that actually applies artificial intelligence for in-depth analytics, accurate forecasting, and strategic planning? And finally, guys, regarding advertising and monetization, if your protocol or project or startup is actually empowering advertisers with artificial intelligence to maximize return of investment, personalize ads, and improve tracking and analytics. Now, guys, what I've done is I've gone ahead and applied for it, because what I plan to do is from the 1st of August, I do actually plan to release a series on artificial intelligence, and most likely the name of the podcast series will be called as the AI Frontier or AI Frontier DXB. So if you do have any thoughts or suggestions to help me out, mention them in the comments below. Now, the whole idea is, guys, why should one participate? And the answer is pretty simple, guys. So far as collaboration and innovation is concerned, you can participate with them to solve real-world challenges and create a lasting impact on the future of media and communication services. You can get access to decision makers, and you will be in a position to collaborate directly with top-tier decision makers and implement your technologies on a grand scale. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They actually have zero equity because they believe in fostering your growth, maintain complete ownership of your innovation. And finally, guys, two more reasons why you should apply is because of the local and regional scaling operations, and with their backing, guys, you can explore exciting opportunities for scaling up your startup locally, regionally, and beyond as well. And the last point, guys, is comprehensive support. And by going in for this program, you can benefit from fully sponsored accommodation and travel for 6 to 9 weeks, so you can focus on developing and implementing your projects. So definitely powerful stuff. Now, guys, let's discuss the second news. Now, mind you, guys, the second news is more of an opinion which is published on CoinDesk. And I was actually going through the author who has written this article, and he's definitely an associate at the law firm. And the title of the article is called "Why Crypto Companies Are Warming to the United Arab Emirates." So let me just summarize this article in my own words on what it says. Because listen, guys, CoinDesk is, if not one of my leading publications, particularly in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain. So what the article states is that crypto companies are drawn to the United Arab Emirates due to clear and enforced rules set by regulatory agencies in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And the UAE's approach prioritizes providing regulatory clarity and guidance for entities engaging in digital asset activities. And US regulators, guys, on the other hand, often bring charges without advance notice to industry participants, creating uncertainty. And that's precisely one of the reasons, guys, why even Coinbase is actually deciding to move out of the US. And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the other cryptocurrency exchanges do have similar thoughts as well. And the UAE form of government, guys, allows each emirate to legislate on matters not under the exclusive jurisdiction of the federal government. And this, to be honest, has fostered interstate competition regulation, with Abu Dhabi and Dubai leading in attracting digital asset companies. And Abu Dhabi Global Market, or ADGM, and Dubai's VARA have devised comprehensive regulatory framework for digital assets. And guys, listen, the article is really short and sweet. And the article actually states that UAE has clearly defined and differentiate various digital assets like Ethereum, Bitcoin, and digital securities. And the UAE's approach stands in contrast to the US, characterized by regulatory turf wars and lack of clarity. And if you know, guys, there's some drama going on even among them as well. That is between SEC and the CFTC as well. Now, so far as UAE is concerned, guys, the UAE regulators provide clear roadmaps for registrations and license requirements for digital asset businesses. And Abu Dhabi Global Market approved digital asset businesses need to apply for a financial service permission, while VARA approved virtual asset service providers have a similar approach. And the UAE's permissive frameworks are not a blank check. Enforcement actions have been taken when necessary, guys, and the straightforward registration process in the UAE, guys, are preferable to the complex and impenetrable one in the US. And the dynamic nature of the digital asset industry calls for responsive regulations, which the UAE seems to be achieving. And guys, as we know, the digital asset industry is rapidly evolving, with norm breaking becoming the norm. And the UAE's digital asset regulation provides industry participants with more confidence and stability. And so far as regulatory clarity is concerned, guys, the UAE encourages companies to relocate or open satellite offices here, and the UAE's regulatory clarity is attributed to its unique governance structure. And Abu Dhabi and Dubai, guys, as we know, has been recognized as a major crypto hub in 2023. And to be honest, guys, lately, Saudi Arabia is definitely picking up pace as well. And the article, guys, which is an opinion by CoinDesk, also states that industry participants in UAE are supported through incentive like tax breaks and designated free economic zones. And the UAE regulators define digital assets specifically, providing clear guidance on the classification and treatment. Now, if you look at it in the US, guys, the US regulatory approach lacks clarity and involves agency turf wars. So far as UAE is concerned, UAE regulators have also defined clear registrations and license requirements for digital asset businesses. And to be honest, guys, the UAE's approach does actually aim to match the dynamic and fast-paced nature of digital asset industry. But the effectiveness, guys, of the UAE's regulatory approach compared to, let's say, the US definitely remains to be seen. So those are my thoughts and opinions, guys, regarding the article. Definitely worth reading to it. And that's about all, guys, from Crypto and Coffee Date from Blockchain DXP. In case you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxp.com. Check out my website, that is www.blockchaindxp.com. And also check out my other website, area2071.com, that talks everything about Metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. So let's kickstart with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question about Tarun who asks, how do you think central bank digital currency will impact crime industry? Now, to be honest, Tarun, this is such a brilliant question. Now, because central bank digital currency by definition is controlled by a central entity, it just means that the central banks or the central authority will have full control over your spendings, full control over the supply, full control over the management of it. Now, one positive outlook of it is, let's say if there is any illicit activity, what the central bank digital currency can do, or what the issuers can do, they can immediately go ahead and stop these transactions and completely freeze the funds in just a matter of seconds. So that is definitely a positive outlook of it. But the second area, or the negative aspect of it, is who will determine what is a criminal activity, and this is an area which can be debated. One area I can think of it, let's say if you go ahead and make purchases, is it done based on ethical purposes, or is it based on your feeling towards it being criminal? And I don't want to get into details because that gets into more political, and I'm talking more about in terms of US history and what is going on in some of the left-leaning states versus something that is going on in right-wing states. Now, going back to your question, I do feel that CBDCs will definitely impact the crime industry, but if you look at it in a negative way, it could be possible that the crimes would actually increase and definitely get much faster, because one thing you need to understand, when you talk about open blockchain, all transactions are completely open, so everyone in the public will be aware of the illicit activities. But in case of central bank digital currencies, the transactions will be known only by a selected few individuals. And could it be possible that these selected individuals are compromised or are part of the criminal activities? Definitely highly possible. And these authorities, guys, will have access to all information regarding crime, and they can easily go ahead and manipulate it. And this, to be honest, is one of the biggest advantage of using Bitcoin. And I keep saying this quite often, that one of the biggest innovations of Satoshi Nakamoto was that he actually solved the double spending problem. But if you go to central bank digital currencies, the double spending will still be there. So unfortunately, with CBDCs, I do feel that the crime industry, or the crimes, will definitely be pumping up. That is what I genuinely think. And that's one of the reasons why using, let's say, Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies for illicit activities is actually a stupid idea, because all your transactions are completely open source. So those are my thoughts about Ethereum anyway. So that's about all, guys. So I'm asking anything serious on Blockchain DXB. In case if you have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website, that is area2071.com, that talks everything about Metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and how the series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.